Hi guys, this is George back here with another vlog, and today I'm here at Epcot at Walt Disney World for my second Disney park of the trip, and I'm very excited to be here today. Lots of rides to get on today, including Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, hopefully, if I can get in the virtual queue. So with that, I've missed the first slot. So the first slot came out at 7, I missed that one, so hopefully at 1 o'clock I'm going to be able to join the virtual queue for that ride. But there's lots of other rides here as well, including Test Track that I'm looking forward to, Spaceship Earth, which is just behind me, and so much more as well. I'm also really looking forward to seeing World Showcase, which is an area all around the lagoon, with each loads of different countries all represented in different areas. So I'm really excited to go and see that. It looks absolutely brilliant over there. So here we go, let's head in, and I'm probably going to go to Spaceship Earth first because I'm really excited to do that. So change of plans, Spaceship Earth had a really big queue that was spilling out the entrance, so instead I've decided to come to the shopping mall. I'm joking, I'm still here at Epcot. However, this area here does look a bit like a shopping mall. So there's two different rides inside this area. We've got Soarin', which is a flying theatre. This is what I'm going to get in the line for now. And we've also got Living with the Land, which is a boat ride, which I'll do after this. Here we go, let's go and have a ride on Soarin' Flying Theatre. This will be my 4th flying theatre. Of course, the other day I did Avatar Flight of Passage at Animal Kingdom, and that was absolutely incredible. I don't think this is going to be as good, however, hopefully it is still going to be an impressive ride. Here we go, 35 minutes, let's go. So I've just had a ride there on Soarin'. I did try to get some on-ride footage, however the GoPro wasn't really picking it up, unfortunately. But it was a really good ride. I absolutely love flying theatres, and I wouldn't say that's one of my favourite ones, especially, I'm about to go up the exit, especially when you compare it to Flight of Passage, which I did the other day, which was absolutely out of this world. That was a very good ride, however unfortunately I was on the bottom row, so therefore you do see the bottom of the screen a bit, so it wasn't the most immersive. So I'd like to give that another go later and try and get on the middle row, because that's typically where it's best to sit on these flying theatres, because you're right in the middle of the screen. And with that one as well, you can see like people's legs from above as well, so that kind of takes away from the immersion of it as well. But the audio is great in there, there's some smell pods in there, and other than those 2 parts where you can see the screen and people's legs, then it is quite immersive, and it's quite a long ride as well. It's a really nice ride, I do love flying theatres. So I'm going on Living with the Land now. This is a boat ride. I don't know too much about it, however I believe it goes through quite a lot of conservatories, and it's about quite a lot of plant life, and you learn quite a lot about that. I think it's quite an educational ride, but yeah, I'll go and see what it's like, and yeah.
One day become home to the American farm. Of all the forces at work on the land, humans have had one of the most profound and produced powerful harvests now and into the future. The tropics are home to the greatest diversity of plants on the planet. Many of these, like papaya, bananas, cacao, coffee, and rice, are well known. Half of all the seafood consumed globally, tilapia, bass, and catfish, like the ones you see here, are three of the more popular crops raised by fish farmers. The sustainable system here recycles the water in the tanks. As a result, we're able to save millions of gallons each year. Our small fish farm produces nearly 5,000 pounds of fish each year to serve in restaurants around Walt Disney World.
So you've just seen some footage there from Living with the Land, and yeah, that was a really nice ride actually. Very educational. Of course, you go around and it talks to you about the environment, and so it starts off with a dark ride section where it talks a bit about new ways of protecting the environment, that sort of thing. The whole ride is about protecting the environment, and then of course you go outside into the conservatories. The dark ride section, there were some very well themed scenes in there. However, there were also some sections that weren't as well themed, but the bits that were themed, really good. Then you go out into the conservatories, the greenhouses, where they're growing all of these different plants, and then you go back inside through a couple of more dark ride scenes, and yeah, that's the end of the ride. It was about 10-15 minutes overall, maybe about 10 minutes. So yeah, really nice ride. I really enjoyed that. Here we go, so I'm now heading into Journey into Imagination with Figment. 15-minute queue. Let's go and see what this is like.
It's not about listening with your ears, it's about listening with your imagination.
Now I've completely lost my train of thought.
No, you haven't. It's over here. All aboard. Woo-hoo! Next.
Eyes of the imagination. Let's begin by using the eye chart to test your vision. Now, all together, if you would please read line 3 and hit.
With F-I-G-H-E-N-T, you can see things differently. Sure, you can see with your eyes, but imagine what you could see if you used your imagination. I'd love to.
This is not a good time.
It's always a good time to use your imagination, so let the good times roll! Woohoo! You win 1 cent!
But don't! Oh, yeah, that's really stiff.
Of course, Doc, the nose knows. One awful whipped can set you real. Here's a real open house. Come on in. So, what do you think? Is it me?
More than you can imagine.
But Doc, it's exactly what I imagined. Imagination is the brains of the house.
Imagination is just turning your thinking upside down. Okay.
I know a shortcut.
So I just had a ride on Journey into Imagination with Figment, and that was actually really good. It was a lot better than I was expecting. So it's themed around all of the like 5 senses of the human body and kind of exploring them, and of course Figment goes and gets in the way and starts causing havoc. So of course you go through the ride, which is very well themed. It has some great effects in there, as you saw. There was even there was smell pods in there, great light effects. There was a scene where a screen dropped down to reveal a scene behind it. It was really good. And then you come out here into the imagination lab, where I mean you can keep pressing all these buttons, it makes different sounds, and this one I think is like one of those dance machines I think that you use like in arcade machines. Yeah, that was really good actually. Okay, so the plan is now I'm going to wait around for a bit. It's about half an hour until the virtual queue opens up again for Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm going to wait around for a bit and I'm going to try and get into this virtual queue. And if I'm not able to get into the virtual queue, then I'm going to try and use my British charm to try and let me in. So here we go, let's see how this goes. So about half an hour ago, it just started raining very heavily. That lasted for I think about 5 or 10 minutes. I was inside the cafe just where I got some food, and also I was able to get a slot for the virtual queue for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. So I'm going to be riding that in about 4 hours, so I'm very excited to get on that. I'm boarding group 120, so really looking forward to getting on this coaster. It's the only coaster here on Park, indoor roller coaster. It's the longest indoor roller coaster in the the world, and it's also the most expensive roller coaster ever built, I do believe, and it cost $400 million to build, so that's an insane amount of money. I can't wait to get on this ride. It looks incredible. I have seen a POV before, however, much like with a lot of Disney attractions, I've heard that it is way better when you're actually on the ride, and that cameras really don't do it justice, so I'm really looking forward to it. It is an indoor roller coaster, so I don't know how much the GoPro is going to capture. However, I will try and get some footage of it and put a POV in the vlog. However, I don't know what's going to happen. So it's still raining a tiny little bit. I'm about to head over to Spaceship Earth and get in the queue for that. Really looking forward to trying this out. Of course, I was going to try this morning. Hopefully the queue has gone down a little bit, but even if not, I don't really mind waiting for it now that I've got quite a lot of time. I'm in the queue for Guardians of the Galaxy. I know I'm going to be riding in about 4 hours, and I've already done a few other rides as well, and I'm right next to it as well. So here we go. Let's go and give it a ride.
Recording our knowledge on Q4. It's only one small problem. When we use recording knowledge stays with us.
You now exit into a big room with different interactive things that show you that you can do different things with. So this is all based on ideas of new inventions in the future. So you've got medicine over here, health, energy, and there's loads of different activities you can take part in all these new inventions. So there we go, that was Spaceship Earth, and I absolutely loved that. That's my favourite ride here. So of course you start off, you go through all of these different periods in history, really well themed actually. There's some really nice scenes in there. And then you get to the top and you're in space and there's all these star cloths and you're looking at the Earth. That's amazing as well. And then you start going back down towards the station and then there's a screen in front of you and it asks you a few questions. And then it'll be a multi-choice question. You pick the one that's most relevant to you and your personality, and then it builds you a kind of future based on your personality, and you watch it on the screen as you go back down. That was incredible. I absolutely loved that. My favourite ride in this park, and that's also one of my favourite overall Disney attractions as well. Really enjoyed that, and the facade is absolutely incredible, and it's crazy to think that throughout that ride you're in that giant ball right there. It's incredible, it really is. Then, so I'm just in the single rider queue now for Test Track. It's great this has a single rider queue. This is the first single rider queue I've seen at a Disney park out of this one and Animal Kingdom. Here we go, I'm in the single rider queue. There has just been an announcement warning of inclement weather coming in, so this ride might close. So hopefully I'll be able to get on it quickly before that does happen, and then I can go on Mission Space right next to it after I get on this. Here we go, let's go. Test Track.
Driving technology activated.
Welcome to the Sim Track.
Here we go then guys, it's time for Test Track.
We'll begin
I'll tell you what, that was quite a quick left tail.
to see how your vehicle designs perform under challenging weather and surface conditions.
Monitoring road surface.
So we've got a dark ride section, and then there's also an outdoor section where I believe we're going to be reaching speeds of over 60 miles per hour. So this is a fast ride.
SimCar performance data acquired.
Whoa!
Let's see how your designs hold up now.
Commencing SimCar off-road and extreme weather sports.
Okay, from what it looks like, the GoPro's not
Capability
picking a
test
lot
results
up.
displayed and verified.
Now let's see how your vehicles compare when it comes to their efficiency.
Scanning SimCar for optimal eco efficiency. Engaging EcoScan for aerodynamic efficiency. Drive systems analysis. Hyperspectral imaging in progress. Calculating total environmental impact. Commencing responsiveness test.
Okay, the responsiveness data is now being synchronized.
Automated driving technology verified and active. Automated crash avoidance technology disengaged. Displaying responsiveness data.
Here comes the final test.
Energizing for power test.
Here we go. Oh. There we go, that was test track. I literally pretty much walked straight onto that in the single rider queue. Brilliant. We've got more of a dark ride section in here, it looks like.
Displaying power test results. SimTrack performance testing complete.
This concludes your performance testing. You'll be able to see how your Chevrolet...
So I've just had 2 rides there on test track. I did film a full POV of the ride, however, at the moment I'm not sure how much of it I'm going to include because I don't know how much the GoPro picked up. Oh my god, it's loud. Yeah, so depending on how much of it picked up will be whether I put the full POV in, because of course you've got the dark ride section in there and then you've got the final section at the end which is outside, so that bit you would have definitely seen, but I don't know about the dark ride section yet. So that indoor section was really good. So of course with this ride you kind of, I mean I haven't seen it because I didn't go through the main queue, but I believe you design a custom like vehicle and then you're kind of testing your vehicle throughout the ride. So you're testing it for endurance and efficiency and all those kind of things, speed, power, that kind of thing. So you're going through all these different sections and it's really like you're driving a car. and it's even got the same seat belts as you'd find in a car as well, which is really cool. I like that. And then there's all these indoor sections where you're going quite fast through some of those sections, like round corners quite quick, all sorts of stuff. It's really good. And then of course you go out to the section at the end, you launch out and you go around a couple of bank turns, and then you keep racing forwards, and it tells you the speed of your car, which is about 65 miles per hour. So yeah, it's a fast one that it gets to. It's not the longest of rides out there, however, it's really, really good fun. I really enjoyed it. It's definitely my favourite ride here. Great themed inside. The outdoor section's a bit ugly. Luckily you can't see it from outside of the ride. You can't see it, luckily, because it is quite ugly, but the indoor section is really well themed, and I really like the kind of design of this ride. You don't see many of them out there. I believe the only other one is at California Adventure, and that's themed to cars. So I'm now going to go for a ride here on Mission Space. So, okay, so the green mission is the less intense one. The orange one is the more intense one. The orange one's on a half-an-hour queue, but you know what? There is quite a lot of time left of the day, so I think I'll wait the half an hour and do the orange mission. So then guys, I've just done both missions of Mission Space. I didn't take you on because I didn't think the camera would pick very much up, just like it didn't on a lot of the other rides, and I don't know how much footage I'm going to put in from the other rides because yeah, the GoPro doesn't really pick anything up, and that one's not one where I'll be able to hold a loose article. So I did the green mission first. That was, to be honest, neither of them were great. The green one is the less intense one, so if you have motion sickness and you don't want to do the orange one, then yeah, do the green one. However, not a lot happens. There's very little movement in the simulator. You're just watching a screen and nothing's really happening. On the orange one, it spins you around to simulate a rocket liftoff, and that one was better. However, it was the same kind of thing, watching a screen, not really doing much. The only thing that made it slightly better was the fact that there was more movement in the vehicle and you could kind of feel yourself being pushed against the backrest. That's the only reason why I would take the orange one. However, neither of them are great. Definitely my least favourite ride in this park, and it's one of my least favourite Disney attractions, to be honest. There was really not very much going on. You're just watching a screen, really. So here I am now in World Showcase, and something I've realised today is this park is absolutely massive. I was not expecting it to be this big, but I was just I've not even come into this area yet today. I've been going around Future World, and even Future World itself is big. But when you add World Showcase in as well, it's an absolutely massive park. You're going to get your steps in if you're coming here. So there's 3 different rides here in World Showcase, and of course there's all different areas based on different countries. So I'm going to do a full loop round, starting off here in Mexico, and I'm going to have a ride on the Gran Fiesta Tour, the 3 Caballeros, or something like that. It's a really long name. So I'm going to go for a ride on that. Currently advertised as a 15-minute queue. I know nothing about this ride, so let's go and have a look. So here we go. I'm on the Gran Fiesta Tour, which is a boat ride. Here's a look at the restaurants over there inside this Mexico pavilion. Here we go. Into the dark ride section. Sorry, I've got hiccups. I don't know where they've just come from. As soon as I turn the camera on, then that's when they show up. Here we go. So the Gran Fiesta Tour, starring the 3 Caballeros, was quite good there. I enjoyed that. There was some good theming. a few screens in there, but it was very well themed. Some great audio in there. Not the longest boat ride in the world, but it was really nice, and I like how you start the ride by going through of course the Mexico section is all indoors, and you go past the restaurant. So if you're at the restaurant, you'd be able to look over at the boat ride and see all the boats going past, and this is a really nice kind of setting to look at when you're in the restaurant. But yeah, really well themed, really enjoyed that ride. So here I am now in the Norway Pavilion, and I'm about to join the advertised 65 minutes queue for Frozen Ever After. There's only, I think there's 3 more rides in this park that I haven't done, and that's Guardians, this and Ratatouille. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do Ratatouille unless the queue drops down, because at the moment it's advertised 145 minutes, so I'm definitely not going to be queuing that. But I will get in the queue for this and see what happens. Hopefully it won't be any longer than 65 minutes, and then after that it should be around the time where I'm going to be getting on Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. So Frozen Ever After broke down, so I decided to leave the queue. I bailed, and I've just had another ride on Figment, or Journey into Imagination, and now I'm going for a ride on Nemo and Friends, I think it is. I think this is another dark ride. I don't know if it's a boat ride or a tracked ride, or I don't know. I barely know anything about this, so let's go and have a look. This is one of the last rides I need to do today. I've still got the 2 in World Showcase, Guardians and this, so here we go. Let's go and have a look. So I'm not going to be doing Finding Nemo and Friends just yet, because my boarding group for Guardians of the Galaxy is about to start boarding. I've got about 10 minutes, so I'm going to head over there, get the chest mount on, and then I'm going to finally experience this roller coaster. It opened last year. I can't remember what it was, but in 2022. It's about a year old. It's the longest indoor roller coaster in the world, and it also cost 400 million to build, which is the most expensive roller coaster ever built. I'm so excited to ride this, and you know what? It's great time because I just felt a little drop of rain, so it's about time to head inside this indoor queue line. Go then, guys, it's time for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. I've waited about an hour. Here we go.
Okay, headed for the jump point. This plan is never gonna work. Rocket! Well? Okay, I'm locked onto your vehicle. We'll be right behind you. Nothing to worry about.
Unless we cannot stop this unusually large man, then you're likely doomed.
Good luck! You're gonna need it.
Big screen here, you can't.
What is that noise?
Noise? No one's gonna stop rock and roll from existing.
None of the screens seem to be picking up on the GoPro, unfortunately.
All the way. Oh, Christ. The Big Bang. Let's see.
Wow.
Generator. It's the only way back.
Well, that was more intense than I was expecting.
Got the generator. We're rich.
Oh yeah? We'll see about that. Rocket, get us back.
Oh wow, this is speeding. intense than I was expecting.
Welcome to the Guardians of the Galaxy.
We have no room in our ship for these new guards.
Drax, it's an honorary title. They're not coming with us.
I see. It is meaningless. Well then, welcome to the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now where's that cake toast?
There we go, that's Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. That was absolutely incredible. So I've just experienced Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. I don't know how much of that picked up on the GoPro, because of course it is an indoor roller coaster and the GoPro is not great at picking up stuff in the dark. That was absolutely incredible. So well themed. There's loads of theming in there. There's lots of screens as well. You go in at the beginning of the ride, there's quite a lot of screens, and then you go into the main section itself. There's lots of theming in there, loads of star cloth in there as well, like you're flying through space. It's a really smooth coaster. The restraints are really nice. Just a lap bar on there, and they don't tighten down too much, which was really nice. Bags on ride, however, it's not too bad because it's not the most intense roller coaster. However, it was more intense than I was expecting. There was a good pop of airtime after that backwards launch, and the launch was actually a lot more intense than I thought it was going to be. It's really long as well. Of course, it's the world's longest indoor roller coaster. It's got over 5,000 feet of track. It was incredible, absolutely incredible. It's the best ride in this park. It's the best Disney roller coaster, and it's the best indoor roller coaster I've ever ridden, and it's probably somewhere around my top 30, 40 roller coasters. I absolutely loved that. I wish I could just go back round again and again and again so I can experience it more times. I loved it so much. I might even come back here this trip so I can try and get another ride on there, because of course with the virtual queue, you're most likely only going to get one ride on there in a day. I think it is possible to get more than one ride in a day, but very unlikely, and unfortunately that hasn't happened today. The virtual queue's now closed for the rest of the day, so yeah, I'm not going to be getting on it today again, unfortunately, as much as I wish I could.
Oh, science is great, there's so much to know. Climb aboard, explorers, it's time to go.
What if Nemo's swimming out the sea?
Oh, don't worry, just keep your eyes open for him along the way.
Nemo, now bring
Oh, let's go explore, explore.
So we've just broken down here on Finding
Good
Nemo.
news. Stay in your seats because we're about to get started again.
Oh, here we go.
Keep your eye out for Nemo along the way. Oh!
That was about a 1 minute stoppage there. There we go, let's carry on.
Jellyfish! Right! Okay, now I'm thinking of something pink, kind of balloony.
It's jellyfish!
You're good. And I'm thinking...
Jellyfish! And the next one, jellyfish!
Alright, Mr. Smarty Pants.
Stop playing games!
Games? I love games!
Nemo! Why don't you drop by for a little bite? Oh, what a beautiful little bite!
So I've just had a walk around World Showcase, and also I've had a re-ride on Spaceship Earth, which was absolutely fantastic. I do really love that ride. It's now only about 10 minutes away until Epcot Forever. This is the nighttime show on the World Showcase Lagoon, and here we go. I'll put in some highlights of the show. So then guys, there was some footage from Epcot Forever and I enjoyed that. It was a good show. I love these fireworks shows in theme parks, and that was a really nice show to kind of end the day here at Epcot. An amazing day. There was a few dead spots in the show. It wasn't as good as the one I saw at SeaWorld, however, it was still really enjoyable. Great fireworks in there. It was mainly about the fireworks. I was expecting it to be more maybe fountains as well. It is more fireworks rather than like the full package like what was at SeaWorld. However, it was still really nice and I still really enjoyed it. Look at how amazing Spaceship Earth looks behind me, and unfortunately the camera's not really picking it up very well, so I'll try and get a bit of a closer look in a minute. But that is now the end of the day here at Epcot. It's been an amazing day. The park has massively exceeded my expectations. I was expecting it to look quite temporary with all of the construction going on, and I was expecting it to not be very immersive. Yes, there are a lot of construction walls up, however, it's still an amazing park with some amazing rides. The rides have also exceeded my expectations. I was expecting the rides to be quite mediocre with a couple of standouts. All of the rides I've done today, I've really enjoyed, except Mission Space really. That was a bit mediocre, not really a lot going on, but everything else has been absolutely amazing. I've loved the park. It's been an amazing day. I'll definitely be back here before I go home. I definitely plan to be back here. Maybe we have got a spare day at the end of the trip, so maybe I'll come then, or I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I do plan on coming back to this park before I go home because it's absolutely beautiful. I've absolutely loved it. Here we go, let's see if we can get a better view of Spaceship Earth. I don't think the camera's going to pick it up, but it looks absolutely incredible. But there we go. That's now the end of this vlog here. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at George Kelly and follow me on Twitter at George Kelly. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe everyone, and I will see you all later. Bye.